find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
Smashmouth footballers. Introducing Nic Tate, Joe Caldero, Chad Young, Smashmouth footballers.
Hey, welcome to Smashmouth footballers. I'm Nic Tate.
Joe Caldero.
I'm the Shadow Hag.
Guys, today we got an add-on to all of our other videos we've had with wide receivers, running backs, all that. We're going to do tight ends and defenses today.
Tight ends is something that I'm not really concerned with in the past. In the past, tight ends is like defenses or kickers. To me, I didn't really care. It's getting to a point now in fantasy football where tight ends are resurging and they're getting very important with the likes of Brock Bowers, McBride, Tyler Warren. These guys bring something. Even Brenton Strange, I think, is going to be somebody.
Well, you have to think that with everything going on, it's either feast or famine most of the time, and you have tight ends putting up wide receiver number 2 numbers right now. So, you can win a league with them, or they leave you ghosted.
Yeah.
With that saying, who is your number 1 tight end?
I think it's a consensus that Brock Bowers is going to be the number 1 tight end. People are going to pick him in a spot in their drafts where they're going to pass on a second-tier wide receiver to take Brock Bowers. I think the consensus number 1 through all formats, whether it be PPR, standard, or half PPR, is going to be Brock Bowers. People are taking him in a position in their drafts over a second-tier wide receiver, and I can't really say I blame them. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but people are doing it.
I don't know. Is that who you have?
No, I do not. And I'm going to explain to you my Brock Bowers theory.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Bowers was on a team that didn't have a quarterback,
right?
Didn't have a running game, and had a completely different coach. Mm-hmm. And now, basically, we're looking at the old Seattle Seahawks team, right? We got Beast Mode and Ashton Genty. We got a quarterback, Geno Smith, who runs Pete Carroll's format, and the tight end was not that important to Pete Carroll when he was running Seattle. I'm not saying he's not going to do really good. I don't think he gets the points he had last year. I think
he's more talented than those tight ends were.
That's true, but I just don't see it. I don't see him trying to coach his game and incorporate Brock Bowers like he was last year. You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying.
So for me, my number 1 tight end is going to be Trey McBride. Nothing has changed for Trey McBride. Same quarterback, same scheme, complete game, and I think talent above.
You better hope something has changed for him because he only had this many touchdowns.
I understand that.
That's why I'm on the same plane. I take Trey McBride too, and it's because he was getting so many targets. His target share was over 20%.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that changes. I think it can stay consistent. I think if he has any kind of uptick in touchdowns, he's going to the sky's the limit.
If he gets more touchdowns, yeah.
And I think he does. At a certain point, they have to start targeting him in the red zone. And I would rather bet on Trey McBride getting the more touchdowns than I would Brock Bowers just adding to the same amount of receptions and all that. He come out the gate 3-3, right? But then if you saw, his usage went down in 3 and 4, and they started using him more. And there was some games he was on 98% of the snaps. I just don't see that happening in the same offense now. I think Janty steals a couple of these catches from him. And I'm not saying Brock Bowers is going to be good. He's just my number 2 overall right now.
Yeah.
But we can agree on something, right? Like, out of all these 2, they're the only 2 elite ones. Like Trey McBride and Brock Bowers, right? And then everybody else is just...
With the wide receiver issues they have in San Francisco, Kittle is a borderline guy. He's right there. He's borderline. But I agree. Those 2 are the elite ones.
That's 1 and 2. And Kittle led last year, but you're not going to do wrong going with Kittle, but I don't
see him as my tier 1 tight end for the simple fact that for the San Francisco 49ers to be Super Bowl competitive this year, they can't rely on Kittle like they did last year. They're going to have to change a lot in their passing game, their running game, everything. I'm not saying they will, But for a team to go out there like San Francisco with the intent to have the money that is invested in the team and everything else, and to go out there and win, Kittle can't be the answer all the time. It was just something that happened after all the injuries the team endured last year, and they couldn't recoup mid-season. And then just like this, I mean, they made some moves in the offseason, and I think Kittle still plays a major part, but I'm like you, I think he's borderline number 2.
Yeah, with CMC 6 to 8 receptions a game, those went to some mixture of Kittle. Ayuk's 10 a game went to some mixture of Kittle. So he's not going to get that this year. No, but he's still going to be valuable.
And you got to think, like, Ayuk's now healthy in camp right now, and then you have on the other side, Jawan Jennings, obviously they're in a little bit of a contract thing. I think they can take care of that. Brock Purdy now, he's going to stay in San Francisco.
Right.
Pearsall was shot last year. Okay, he's obviously healthy. He's back in camp now. So starting out the gate, those were weapons that were like, kind of hit or miss. Well, now you know what you got coming in, and I think those touches, he's just not going to have them. I mean, he's not going to have as many as he did. And he's a year older, 32. Now, we have seen uprise in, historical, same like Travis Kelce, when he turned 32, he dropped a little bit. It's generally that age where, like, tight ends usually start dropping in production.
Would you, for Kittle, being at the top of Tier 2, I guess we would agree, he's somewhere in the top 3 on Tier 2. If I'm drafting, I'm taking T.J. Hawkinson later before I take Kittle in the 4th or 5th round.
Yeah, well, look where you got these coming, right? So I guess what you're saying is, some people in best ball leagues, I think it's a little young. At the turn on 1, you see Bowers going. Okay, I think Bowers should be going around 12 team. If you got 3 wide receivers, I think he should be going at the bottom of 2nd. If you have 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, I think maybe then you can think about taking him in the end of the 1st round. Trey McBride, who I feel like it should be the same space. Kittle, I'm a 4th round.
I'm going to make sure I have 3 good wide receivers and at least 2 really good running backs before I worry about George Kittle.
So if I'm looking at a tight end like this, like you said, so we're discussing Brock Bowers, Trey McBride, looking at volume, looking at target share, so forth, so on. I'm like you. My 2 running backs are covered. My wide receivers are covered. And if my wide receivers are not covered, I'm looking at a tight end. I have to, in my mind, know that Trey McBride is going to get more catches than this wide receiver that's at the top of my wide receiver pick list as I'm about to make this selection. All right, well, I can get De'Ami Brown or I can get Trey McBride. That's fine. Yep. But if I'm looking at, I don't know, let's say I'm looking at Justin Jefferson, if I'm looking at anybody in that capacity, I'm looking at George Pickens, I'm looking at CeeDee Lamb, I'm going to take that wide receiver way before I pick this tight end.
Right.
Okay. Can I ask y'all a question?
Yes.
Okay, next. What's y'all's take on Sam Laporta? First year, rookie year, 950 yards, 9 touchdowns. He was a beast. Now you got his offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, going to Chicago. He's leaving.
Yeah.
Okay. I think he's a 7th. I think he's about my 7th tight end. So he's going in best ball league 4 or 5th. Some people still think he's the darling that he was as a rookie. Do you think he's the darling he was as a rookie?
No, I do not. So you've got 2 great receivers there, okay? You've got 2 great running backs there. I think Jahmyr Gibbs takes this team over this year, and they're going to continue running the ball. Who's going to – when are they going to have time to throw the ball to him like they did that first year?
It's weapons, right?
Yeah, they got so many weapons.
Yeah.
So many weapons.
So the scheme for the Detroit Lions, reading a lot on them going into this year, and even Jahmyr Gibbs has had several interviews where he said that he's not running the ball as much from the backfield. He's catching passes. I think Sam Laporta has an uptick from last year, but doesn't cross that rookie year blowout like he did before. They're going to use David Montgomery in the backfield to do that power drive. They'll probably swap out Jahmyr Gibbs every once in a while. They're going to kind of utilize him as a wide receiver, maybe do some screen passes, stuff like that, which will give Sam Laporta create that option for the quarterback when Gibbs is covered and then Brown is covered and St. Brown is covered and all that other stuff. But I don't see it being anywhere close to that rookie year.
Okay, I would like to disagree with both of y'all.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to tell you why. Sam Laporta, I'm going to tell you when he came in, all right, his snap percentage, 79 and 89%, which means he was on the field the first 2 games. Since then, 64%, 88, 64%. Then in that Houston game, 60%, and he missed the next week. He had to have something health-wise going on with him last year.
I think it's an injury.
Yeah, he had an injury.
He had an injury. And watch, after week, 12 to 17, 93, 97, 90, 97%, 92%, his snap count went up dramatically. He was on the field more in those fantasy points, 15.6, 10.4, 18.1, 14.3, 13.3. I think, even though Ben Johnson left, I think you're going to see this uptick. If he's healthy, we're going to have these numbers come back in. And if I got that TJ Hawkinson, Evan Ingram tier right there, I won't Laporta. I trust Laporta more than those other guys.
I'm with you. TJ Hawkinson has a rookie quarterback with unproven talent whatsoever.
I think George Kittle is the darling of the tier 2.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Sam Laporta is right there, but the value, and you have a rookie quarterback who's very unknown in Minnesota. TJ Hawkinson is someone I'm looking for in the later rounds because he's going to be an outlet. What did JJ do in Michigan?
He ran the ball. He was a game manager.
He looked for outlets.
He was a game manager. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think TJ. I think Isaiah likely takes a huge step. He's like way down on people's list. Mark Andrews dropped so many balls last year. He dropped them at the most inopportune times.
Yeah, we need to talk about that too. I'm going to give you a couple names and just tell me how you feel about them. They're going to be later on as we're going about this. Dalton Kincaid. How do you feel about him?
Don't think about him at all.
Don't think about him at all.
Nope. Last year was not just a boon or anything like that. It wasn't just. You saw he was running the routes and he looked slower than Kelce on some of them routes.
Dalton Knox had more snap percentages than.
Yeah.
Yep. And Dalton Kincaid, you thought he was going to be something when they took him for the first round pick, but the Bills' offense gets better. They do more and he does less.
If he can run 3 steps, turn around and catch, he's good.
Yep. Another name, just we're saying them. I just want to know how y'all feel because there's going to be a tight ends here. There's going to be 10 to 12 good tight ends, and then there's going to be people who are going to have to. They're anomalies.
And usually they go on runs. If someone picks that first decent second tier tight end, it's going to be 5 or 6 people after that picking tight ends.
Okay, Dak is coming back. How do you feel about Jake Ferguson?
Love him.
I do. I like Jake Ferguson. He's not someone I'm going to seek out immediately, but I'm hoping that I get him later in the rounds after I've covered most of my important spots.
So I look at it as this. CD's going to get his 1,700 yards probably. That's what I think he's going to do this year. Pickens is going to get 1,100 yards, right? 1,200 yards, whatever. They have no running game. No running game. Who's the outlet going to be? It's not going to be a running back. It's going to be Ferguson.
Okay.
I'm looking for him.
The third target back there, I'm a little worried about, but a healthy Dak helps him because he struggled last year.
Dak looks for the tight end.
Yeah,
but if you're looking at Ferguson, you don't put a lot of value into the tight end. That's me. I'm not going for Brock Bowers. I'm not going for McBride. I went for McBride last year. What happened? 2 touchdowns. I'm not doing it again. I'll go for TJ. I'll go for Brenton Strange. I'll go for Isaiah Likely later.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say we got a tier 3. We got a tier 3 of Mark Andrews. We've already discussed Hawkinson. Mm-hmm. Kelce, Kraft, or Njoku. Who do you think falls out of that?
That's in tier 2?
Yeah, tier 3. Just my tier 2.
Tier 2.
My tier 2.
You're talking about who falls to tier 3?
Yeah, who falls to tier 3? Because we don't know.
Kelce, Mark Andrews, I don't have any faith in them. Mark Andrews, he's starting to slow down way too much. He's inconsistent. Isaiah Likely's starting to he's hungry. He's trying to take over that position.
Job.
Travis Kelce's worried about making movies. He's done slow down, put on about 30 pounds of weight. I don't know if he got it off in the offseason, but I don't think he tries too much more. He is not too far away from retiring.
Right. So the way I look at it is this. It goes from you got Kittle, you got Laporta, you got Hawkinson, and the rest are interchangeable. I mean, it's Evan Ingram. He's in a new team. Sean Payton does like the tight end. He doesn't use them just for outlets. He uses them down the field.
Yep.
Evan Ingram's an older guy, though. He's a little bit slower.
31, but
he's huge, and he can catch the ball. And he does. The reason why his numbers never blew you away in fantasy is because he does everything on the team. He blocks, he runs interference or whatever. But Evan Ingram's a great tight end. But for me, he's not a great fantasy tight end. I've had him 3 years in a row. 3 years in a row, he did nothing.
Well, to your point, when you're talking about Andrews, he had 11 touchdowns, but he did not have 70 yards a game.
Yeah,
and his target share was going down dramatically. And whenever they were talking about him, watch how Harbaugh talks about Isaiah Likely. They bring up Isaiah Likely. He says, "I want him to be an All-Pro." And he bring up Mark Andrews. He's like, "Oh, he's steady. He does what he does." Mark Andrews next year is going to be on a contract. I don't think they re-sign him.
They don't re-sign him.
They don't think they re-sign him. No, and I think
Likely is just amazing right now on that team. Last year, he was the clutch player in the playoffs for the team. Other than the ones that they already have. Rashad Bateman came out, but Mark Andrews was the biggest problem on that team for them to get to the Super Bowl.
And he's part of the reason they didn't make it.
His mistakes are what cost them.
Right.
They got Hopkins, and they got DeAndre now.
Yeah, they got DeAndre Hopkins. So
he's going to be I don't know. Is there a world where we can stack tight ends? Is there a world where you can say, like, hey, I'm going to get Mark Andrews, and maybe I can wait and get Isaiah Likely? Maybe Andrews carries me 2 or 3 games, and then Likely takes over. The
value you'd have to pick both of those guys at. There's other players there to take 2 tight ends. I'm going to start the season with 1 tight end on the bye week. I'm dropping a player who may have been hurt or whatever, and I'm picking up somebody who might not do anything just to fill a spot.
Yeah,
I'm not picking up 2 tight ends from the same team.
I feel like in those tight end spots, you got Kittle. In my opinion, you got Laporta that may go into the 6th round, and then after that, everybody else is kind of in that collage there. And
you can put Evan Ingram and Njoku in the same spot. They're the same guy.
But no, I like to disagree with you. Like, do you think? Look, Evan Ingram 2 years ago, let's give him his credit. Like, he was the top tight end fantasy wise,
yardage wise, yes.
Yeah, because he had all the receptions.
Mm-hmm.
I think David Njoku could be the darling this year.
If Joe Flacco's throwing the ball to him, yes.
He was. I agree with that.
Yes, he was 2 years ago when Flacco was the quarterback. He was the 7th ranked tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and last year when Jameis Winston came in the game, like, he started throwing the ball.
Yeah, he was killing
over the field.
Yeah,
to everybody. If you had a brown helmet on, he was throwing it to you.
He was throwing it to you. And
sometimes if you had a different helmet on.
Look, Chicago, 23.6 fantasy points. Baltimore, 17.1. New Orleans, 19.1.
Mm-hmm.
Denver, 26.2. Pittsburgh, 17.2. Cincinnati, 14.6. And he missed. This guy was just going off.
Yeah, it's more. Now, I like Njoku. I've had him before. This is more of a value thing. If someone jumps on a run in the 6th round and takes Njoku, they can have him.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it. I'll take the risk on Tyler Warren or Brenton Strange, or I'll take the risk on Jonnu Smith, Jake Ferguson. That's where I'm looking at Jake Ferguson. I'll take him in the 8th.
Look, and last year, 820 yards, 6 touchdowns. With 2 quarterbacks that didn't do anything, I think he's the number 2. I think he's the number 2 catching that ball. Behind Judy.
Oh,
I don't think Tillman's getting that.
Yeah, and there's not much running back catching the ball.
You don't know what Jukins is happening with all that.
Mm-mm.
So
Jukins, he might.
Yeah. What do y'all? This is Tucker Kraft. What's going on with that?
I'm not playing with him. I think if he's something I pick up 16th, 17th round or whatever we're going, maybe, but. He's not really on my radar because that team is so unsettled. I'm not saying that he doesn't have the opportunity, but last year he was hit or miss. Their quarterback issues, their wide receiver issues. I don't see that they did a lot in the draft, the offseason, or anything to make changes to better their team that well. All they did was file a petition saying no more tush push. So they didn't really do anything that made me go, Kraft gets better.
Luke Musgraves has come back. He made it healthy. He was hurt last year.
Yeah.
So I think it hurts him.
Yeah.
Jaden Reed's back. Christian Watson, they said he's already sprinting. They said he said he could be available by week 9. So you got to think those are going to be touches. When those injuries at those wide receivers came for Green Bay, that's whenever he spiked, right?
Yeah.
And they got more wide receiver help. They drafted what's the name out of Texas?
Golden.
So they got a legit number one. And if Watson comes back, they got a legit
1A, 1B.
1A, 1B.
Yeah.
Like
Now Watson needs to watch how St. Brown gets down and gets out of bounds and protects his body.
And then Josh Jacobs is going to steal everything.
He is the man.
he had a great
Green
year.
Bay.
He caught a lot of balls out the backfield last year. So
let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys something. You got Tucker Kraft at number 10, top of tier 3. What's the difference between taking him in the 6th round, say, or waiting and taking Isaiah Likely, who's number 24, or Colston Loveland, who's number 23?
Well, Tucker Kraft is proven, number one. Coastal, I don't like either one of these rookies. I'm going to tell you that much. I don't like either one of these rookies. I'm going to tell you why. Number one, all right, Chicago. You got DJ Moore, right?
Yeah.
Rome Odunze.
Both alphas.
Cole Kmet. You got him. Then you got Luther Burden.
Right.
So he is probably going to be the fourth fiddle.
Yeah.
Fourth fiddle. It's only the second year with Caleb back there. So you don't. I just don't like that. Like maybe Dynasty League. Yeah, I'll take Loveland. On the other side, I don't know if you.
Tyler Warren, you're talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what you're going to get because I don't think they're going to throw the ball much.
No, that's a running
That's
team.
a running team. I don't think the Colts are going to run the ball. Pittman's good. All their wide receivers are okay. Downs is good. They're not elite, but they're good. But yet, I don't have no faith in Anthony Richardson throwing the ball. I think
Pittman is ruined. Is they're wasting his career?
Yes,
keeping him with the Colts. That dude is so talented, and you got two quarterbacks who can't throw the ball down the field.
That's why and neither one of them's accurate.
Neither one of them.
So that's why I don't have any faith in either rookie this year.
So when I look at this, tight ends, tier 3, top of tier 3, you're worried about what you're going to get. So I'm going to make sure I get my running backs, get my wide receivers. I'm probably going to pick my quarterback before I pick a tight end.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm looking at 2 tight ends this year. Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert.
Okay.
And Zach Ertz is listed at number 18. He's in a tier 4 based off of online stats.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But let me see. He got 7 touchdowns last year with almost 700 yards. This team also has continued to put itself together under, everything. This was the first year as this team. I think they get better going into next year. I think they re-sign Zach Ertz going another year.
Mm-hmm.
I think he becomes more valuable to this team with Deebo Samuel. Deebo doesn't move the needle for Zach.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
No.
So Terry McLaurin, Zach Ertz, running the ball.
Brian Robinson Jr. He can catch it.
Yeah. So Zach, Annie, McLaurin, he gets in there. And he's my favorite.
So Chad, who are you realistically looking for as your tight end you pick off the board? In what round?
per value, I love where Njoku's going.
Okay.
I love where Njoku's going. I love what he's going to do for me. If I'm going later on the rounds, like 9 or 10, like ADP right now for Zach Ertz is 175, and you got to think there were games where he only put up 3, but 14.7, 18.7 against Philadelphia. Jaden Daniels ended up leaning on him in Atlanta and Dallas with that 25.2 and 15.4. Like, he legitimately would have won those weeks for you.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm going for Njoku in the 7th.
Okay.
And
with Flacco on there, it changes everything for me.
Yeah.
With Flacco out there, Njoku becomes a definite have-to-have.
Yeah, I don't trust Mark Andrews. I think Evan Ingram's going to be great because I've seen what Sean Payton's done with the Jared Cooks back in the past and Ben Watson and them. But I just think Njoku, he's 24. They drafted him first round. He's very young. He's finally coming into his body. He's finally becoming a force. And he's legitimately been top 7, top 5. He's quiet because he's in Cleveland. But anywhere else, if he went in Cleveland, I think you would be hearing his name all over the place. And and I think that's the best value in this draft this year.
So for me, since I put no value in the tight end position, I put no value in it because I'm not going to jump up in the first 4 rounds and get one of these guys. I'm going to go for the team who made Evan Ingram into something as a tight end.
Yeah.
With a better coach. Liam Cohen is a better coach and a reborn Lawrence. I'm going Brenton Strange in the 10th round.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of noise around him, and he's got to be legitimately the third option, right? Because, I mean, you got Henry, and then, I mean, you got Travis Hunter, and then you have Brian Thomas Jr. So I think he's going to be the third option.
Yes.
And what we're hearing is that every year, both them running backs are taking a step back, is what we're hearing.
Yeah, both of them are. ATN barely has a job.
Exactly, and it's
and he's so talented, man. I don't understand what's going on there.
I like Liam Cohen. I like what Liam Cohen did with K-Dot and when he was in Tampa Bay. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to take a flyer on him.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be a mini draft. He doesn't get drafted, and I tell you what, if I'm at 15th or I've already got a defense and kicker, which I usually take at the end, yeah, I'll take a flyer on Brenton Strange.
Mm-hmm.
I like him more than a lot of more prospects. I mean, coming out, I like him better than two rookies, just because that team's not as stacked as others.
Right.
Hey, Tate, I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
What tight end do you not touch?
Oh, wow.
What do you not touch? Who do you not want? You don't care if you don't care where. 15,
We're going to say the same name.
I'm going to say, I know who I'm thinking.
Travis Kelce.
Boom.
That's what y'all are thinking? Y'all don't want him?
Don't want him.
Hey, did y'all know that he dropped 6 passes last year? And they say in training camp he's already dropped a few.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see him running?
Weight. Yeah, I mean, he's running slow.
He was running like he had 10-pound weights on his ankles the entire season last year.
So my thing is his draft capital is way too high.
It's all by name. It's all on his name.
Now he's on name. And honestly, with all the attention he's getting from media, I just don't see he's now moving into movie star status. Mm-hmm. I truly believe he retires in it, if not this year, in a very, very, very short time.
Yep.
I mean, there's no reason to mess with this, because I mean, let's say he goes all the way to tier 5.
No,
I mean, that don't happen, so I don't see there's a reason for me to touch him. And when I can take Zach Ertz over him
in round 5, you're talking about
anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, wherever I take him. If I take Zach Ertz, I feel more secure about what's going to happen with that tight end than I do with Travis Kelce.
I mean, I would take Mark Andrews before him.
Oh, yeah. I would take Mark Andrews before him, even though I think you're going to see
and Mark Andrews is going to take another step down.
He's going to take another step down.
But so is Travis Kelce.
Mark Andrews cannot catch 11 touchdowns. And the only way I believe Kelce can even get his numbers back up is if Mahomes has one of those like 35, 40 touchdown seasons where he may get 8 to 11. And I don't see it happening. I don't see that.
I don't see him this year as a 4,000-yard quarterback.
And you got Rashee Rice coming
back.
It's Xavier Worthy.
Yep. Xavier Worthy's going to have a resurgence.
Yep. Marquise Brown. He's going to be that. As you're going to see, it's just speed on speed on
Pacheco's going to be healthy.
Yep.
I mean, you got Kelce's going to be an afterthought.
I think. Yeah.
He'll be the fifth target.
Yeah. This would be no surprise to anybody that my landmine is obviously going to be Kyle Pitts. I will refuse to touch Kyle Pitts anymore in my life.
Yep. And you took him pretty high last year. 600
yards. I don't care who the quarterback is. I don't care if Jesus is the quarterback. I'm not taking Kyle Pitts. I won't touch him. I'm done with Kyle Pitts.
I took Kyle Pitts last year high in the draft, and I regretted it every time. I even put him in when I was like, all right, there's no way that they don't run all over this team, and Kyle Pitts still couldn't score.
So Dalton Schultz is number 25.
I have no faith.
Kyle Pitts is number 16. Which one?
25.
I'm going 25 because of the value. You can get him in the last round.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate either one of them.
Neither one of them are good.
Yeah, neither one of them are good.
You're right. So I think if your upside is everybody done pick 25 different tight ends, yeah, I'm going Dalton Schultz over Kyle Pitts this year.
Yeah, if you miss out on these top 6 or 7 tight ends, you might as well just wait.
Yeah, I think
there's plenty of value down there in 4 and 5.
Jonnu Smith. I mean, you got
what is Jonnu going to do in Steelers?
So Aaron Rodgers does look for the tight end. He didn't do it with the Jets, but he has in the past. So with them getting rid of Pickens, which I think is going to just decimate them.
You think so?
Oh yes. Yeah. Even though Austin is good, DK is going to be great. They say they have a connection already. Him and DK have a connection. But Pickens would have been that secret weapon, and it's going to hurt him.
You know why I don't like Jonnu?
You saw what he did with Miami, right?
Yeah, I do. But Miami plays cover 2 shell.
Yep.
A lot of defense playing cover 2 shell against Miami because they don't want to get ran off the field by all that speed. Mm-hmm. And Jonnu can just eat underneath the middle. Jonnu can just catch and eat underneath the middle. he's going into a Steelers offense where they don't. I bet they don't throw 25 times a game. They
Right.
want to run the ball. They're going to have 2 tight end sets. You're
And
going to have
depending
big,
on what quarterback we look at, I mean, what Aaron Rodgers shows up, you know, which one? The Jets from last year, Aaron Rodgers? No matter who you got.
Yeah, I don't.
Mason Rudolph will be quarterback by midseason.
DK Metcalf's out there whooping Aaron Rodgers on the field because he's like, dude, you got to get this together.
Yeah, I just don't have. I don't have any much faith in Freiermuth. I don't have much faith in Jonnu Smith in this. Arthur Smith did this in Atlanta when he had Kyle Pitts, and it didn't. These 2 tight end sets and all that.
You just named the problem.
Yeah.
The problem with the Steelers, you just named him.
Yeah, I know.
Arthur Smith is the problem, and people keep moving this dude around the league for what?
They're gonna. I mean,
He's related to somebody.
he had that.
He's got dirt on somebody.
He's somebody's cousin.
He plays like old football. He plays old school football.
And the new
Run
school
ball, run the
football
ball.
is way faster.
Yep.
And you can't slow down to play that game.
Yep. And with
And
that,
let's look at last year, Freiermuth, right?
Yeah.
He was the tight end for that team. Now you're running 2 tight ends.
they run 2 tight end sets.
So now you're splitting it right down the middle on Love.
Yeah, we're gonna do a deep dive on the Steelers. I'm excited about doing that.
Yeah, I think that's the next one, buddy.
Yep.
So, I mean, we've covered a few tight ends here. We've covered Jake Ferguson. We talked about on Kincaid. There's obviously we don't like too many there after about the first
6, 7, 8.
7, 7, 8, and then you got to take a fall. Like, you know, I don't like Loveland. I love Likely going forward. I don't think you get much out of him in the first 3 or 4 games, but I think as the season goes on, he's going to eat. Jake Ferguson's going to be better just because of Dak.
Yep.
I don't like him. I don't like Hunter Henry.
No.
I know what was said about.
He's a fill-in guy on a bye week.
He's
Maybe at best.
yeah.
But so what do? You're going to make sure you have, if you play like me or like you guys, make sure you have 3 strong wide receivers, 2 strong running backs. And if I miss out on these 7 or 8, I'm going to make sure I have someone strong to put in my flex. I'm going to have a quarterback, and then I'm worried about.
Dude,
about
I'll tell you
my
right
tight
now,
end.
it's just 4 tight ends for me. Like, if we pass up Laporta, Trey McBride, Brock Bowers, and George Kittle,
Done.
I'm filling that roster before I get to that tight end.
I'm this year I'm looking late for Isaiah Likely and Brenton Strange. That's the only 2 I'm worried about.
So you don't think that. So you think if I like best ball leagues right now, Bowers is going 1 in the first round, late first round, early second. Do you do it?
No,
you don't even think about it.
I did 2 mock drafts where I was the first pick, and I took him on the turn, and the rest of my team was trash because of it.
Okay.
And I did one where I was the 5th pick, and I took him in the first round. The rest of my team was trash because of it. I will not do it.
How about you?
Same thing. I can't touch them. I can't touch anybody in the first, second round as a tight end. Maybe I'm looking round 5 before I even have a thought of a tight end.
But I do think he's going to be the top tight end as far as targets.
I'm like you. I like people who pick tight ends like that. Go ahead, pick Brock Bowers. I get it. He's a great guy. He's going to give you some points, but you just passed up on Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown,
C.D.
Lamb, George Pickens. Just keep on going.
I'm not passing up on Josh Jacobs
Drake,
to take him.
London Drake. I mean, you pay Drake London. Excuse me. You pass all these guys up for Brock Bowers, and again, I know he's going to go first, but I truly believe with the Pete Carroll scheme, he goes down not because of talent, because Pete Carroll plays a certain type of football.
Oh man,
You know.
Yeah.
we're going to run.
If Laporta falls in the 5th, I take him. I'm going to say that.
Yes, without a doubt. I got that one.
Okay.
I'm with you on
If
that.
Laporta falls in the 5th, I'm taking that. And
Not me.
all right, I have a question. All right, we talked about handcuffing. You don't think it's viable?
I don't.
Not with tight ends.
Because the
Not
tight
tight
end's
ends.
not that valuable a position for me to
No,
handcuff.
running backs get hurt too much. Wide receivers get hurt too much. Tight ends, we can interchangeable. I need that value. Wide receivers, and running backs.
I think
I'd rather
if your
handcuff
receivers are strong and your running backs are strong, if your tight end gets hurt, say in the 5th game,
Yep.
you can pick up a tight end and you're not going to skip a beat. I think you'll be fine as long as you have strong players in other positions.
Look at it like this, right? So somebody picks Mark Andrews, and then Isaiah Likely just sits out there forever. And then you're in week 3, Isaiah Likely's on the waivers, and your tight end gets hurt.
I'll pick him up just for potential.
I mean, it's there. Like, I mean, the love is there for that type of scheme.
right.
So
All right. Then, as we talk about that, do you draft tight ends? Do you draft 2 tight ends?
Nope.
never.
Never have, never will. And we're talking about 20 years.
All right. You don't draft 2 tight ends.
I mean,
I don't draft a defense or a kicker either. So
the only way I draft 2 tight ends is I'm down here in 15 and 16, and I'm looking at the trash that I'm trying to say, well, there's a possible chance they get me some love this year. And there's a tight end that I feel like is better than those guys. Yeah, maybe, but I haven't felt that way, and I think I've done it 1 draft in years. And that's just because I felt like that tight end was going to take over for the one that was on the field.
I do think they're becoming more valuable. I'm going to look at, before I usually would look at them, I'm going to look for them this year in the 10th round, 11th round. I'm not looking before that.
Well, the reason was years ago you had 1 or 2.
1 or 2.
1 or 2.
And they
mostly
were
Kelce,
and then Mark Andrews for a while.
Yep.
And that they were as good as a number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah.
Right.
I get it. That's fine. This has changed. The dynamic has changed. Tight ends, we're looking at the top 4 and possibly a few more. I mean, that's just how I feel, that can actually slot in for a good wide receiver 2 or, fill in your flex, no problem. If I can't put them in my flex, then they're not worth me picking up.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, that's that's the thing with tight ends. They can carry you. They carry you like you're a Joey and they're a baby kangaroo, or they ghost you like your girlfriend at brunch. Like it's either way. And
I remember Kelce used to carry people's teams all the time.
He did.
He was getting 18 to 25 points, and it was like consistent.
Dallas Goedert did too, and
it's over. I mean, that for Kelce is
those
over.
days are gone.
I mean, even. Yeah, it's been over for him. But and I think about the only one. I mean, with Brock Bowers and all the question marks, I don't know if I can take him in the second. Now, I trust Laporta, and I think I would consider taking him in the second because he had 147 targets last year.
But again, you're also going to pick.
I mean, not Laporta. Excuse me, Trey McBride. 147 targets.
Trey McBride. Yes, what I do.
I'm not.
But if you miss.
Yep.
If you miss. I don't think you can lose taking it, but if you miss, you will be struggling all year, I believe. Like if
it's a PPR league, Trey McBride might be on my radar in the 5th round, not in the 2nd round.
Oh my God, he'll never make it.
I'll never get him.
Yeah, because it's 147 targets.
But I see where you guys draft a different way than I do.
Yeah,
I will never take a tight end above the 5th round. I never will.
I definitely ain't picking 1 and 2. Probably not in 3. So for me, maybe 4, but I doubt it. I just don't see I don't see the value in it.
He'll do the math, and he'll pick apart different things mathematically, and he'll say, okay, this guy's good for round 2.
Yeah.
Right. I don't do that. I just look at the game. I'm like, oh no, I'm good.
No, actually, I want you to get Trey McBride so that I can get Kyrene Williams or whoever.
I agree. Josh Jacobs.
Yes,
people
Josh
are
Jacobs.
picking tight ends before Josh Jacobs, who was their entire team,
and he's going to be consistent on this team next year.
Hey, I mean, he had at the end of the year, he was going off. At the end of the year, he came out slow. He got stronger as the year went on.
Okay, so let me do you a little.
But I don't know.
Let's play a game here real quick with it. David Montgomery or Sam Laporta?
Sam Laporta.
I take Sam Laporta.
Really?
Because we already talked about it. Jameer Gibbs is going to be the guy this year. He's going to take over that team this year. And by the middle of the season, or maybe later in the season, when teams start having running back issues and running backs get hurt, Montgomery's going to be someone they're going to look at. Why wouldn't they?
I don't know. Even Jameer Gibbs, whenever he was not exactly healthy or whatever, David Montgomery comes in and he spells him. Mm-hmm. But if one of them gets hurt, Sam Laporta's right there. I mean, his value is not going to go away, and he was hurt last year.
I mean, you got to think. Why did Dallas not try to hawk David Montgomery? Why did Denver not?
Let me tell you something. Let's not talk about Dallas because Dallas made some terrible decisions.
Yeah, did they?
They traded off an average running back that was getting them yards consistently.
Rico.
And they picked up 2 running backs that were
zeros,
not valuable.
One's an XFL talent.
I don't know.
So I don't understand. Hey, keep Rico.
Yeah. Keep Rico. Keep Pollard.
Yes.
I mean, geez.
So you can't throw Dallas out there and say, well, look, we could do that. No, we ain't doing Dallas. The only thing Dallas did smart this year is pick up George Pickens.
Yeah. So tight end wise.
Oh, and Joe Milton.
If you guys agree with me, I'm saying if you don't get that top 7, you might as well wait a little bit.
I agree with that.
I agree, but I'm gonna tell you this. You got your crash course for tight ends from us. My advice is Laporta in the 5th. Wait on Njoku, maybe 6th or 7th. and I think you'll get the best value in the game. Aside from that, I would throw a dart. I would throw a dart at Trey McBride into the second snake draft. And that's how I feel about this little crash course on tight ends.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got any outros?
I'm looking for 2 in 10 or below, and that's Isaiah Likely and Brenton Strange. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Dallas Goddard. Well, I'm Zach Ertz number 1, Dallas Goddard number 2. And that's like you're saying, I'm way down there, 5th, 6th, 7th, somewhere like that. And I just watch my draft fall, and then if I feel like I'm getting too far away from one of them, I'll pick him up. But I'm definitely going running back, wide receiver, and then trying to get a very valuable quarterback before I say, oh, let me get this tight end.
That's right.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right, folks.
Now we got defense.
Now we have to talk about
defenses.
I don't even.
I know you're like, nah, we're over. Show's over.
Yeah,
show's over.
So just to cover all bases, we're going to talk about defenses.
So I just say we just give our top 5 defenses, and then we talk about it.
Well.
Okay.
Joe, you want to start it off? I know you love them.
So I do not pick a defense. I don't draft a defense. I don't draft a kicker. I'll pick them up off the waivers in case someone gets hurt in training camp or someone gets hurt in the preseason or whatever. I'll pick up a defense then, because the difference from 1 and 5 is not that big. Before, now it's different with this Denver defense.
Yeah,
you have to have them. You have to have the resurgent Ravens defense now.
Yep.
I mean, you may not agree, but I think they're building something there. Steelers got a good defense still, but I love the value of the Houston Texans defense.
Well, that goes without saying. I like the top 5 is the Cowboys because they can sack the quarterback, right?
Yep.
All right.
Micah gets hurt.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
who's going to hurt that though?
Yeah, they're building something. They're getting younger outside. I mean, they got what's his name out of Boston College. So
they got a good defense.
They got a great defense. I mean, strong pass
quietly
rush.
Quietly good.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about them.
The secondary needs some help. When Diggs is back there, he's healthy. He's one of the best. The Broncos are number 2. I mean, that defense right there is stingy. And when I look at the Broncos defense, I don't just look at Derek Stingley. I mean,
you can look at
everything.
Everybody.
on every level. That defense is awesome.
Alshear.
And
all them guys.
All the guys. And you don't even have to look at that. Look, efficiency-wise, as a rookie quarterback, Bo Nix was 6th. Okay, in percentage. He was 11th in yards per carry. Like, 11th in yards in the NFL. Like, in his rookie year, he was efficient. He's going to be back. If that defense can get off the field, can get him the ball, hey, that defense won't even hardly see the field.
Right.
If you don't score on them, you get 10 points automatically.
That defense is built for 3 downs and done.
And I went back and I looked at Bo Nix's stats because the question come, you had Caleb, you had all these quarterbacks come out, and Jay Daniels was the dollar on the ball, right? But Bo Nix was very efficient last year, and what made me look at that was the tight end section, and so I think Sean Payton, with Pat Bryant and all them, Bo Nix is going to take a step up, and with that, this defense 3 and out, hey, y'all go rest, and that is why I did the second fantasy. But I mean, look, you get 10 points, right? If nobody scores on you, hey, nobody might have the chance to score on you.
Yeah.
The Ravens, they're building something. Patrick Queen made the top 100 players in the NFL out of LSU. They're building something. They were kind of bad against the run last year. They're trying to shore that up. It's the second year for that defensive coordinator. And you said the Texans. And that secondary.
They're stacked like the Eagles, man.
The secondary is just insane. I mean,
who's going to throw on them?
I don't know. Lassiter, Sidney Gardner-Johnson. I mean,
yeah, Stingley, everybody.
Stingley is going to be I said Stingley for the Broncos at Surtain. I'm sorry, but
you're talking about the Broncos. Okay.
Yeah, when I said that, but yeah, Stingley is just who's going to throw against that secondary. I mean, it is insane.
And they're building something there.
Yeah,
I like them. And we can't forget about the Eagles, of course.
The Eagles number 5. Yeah, they talented secondary. They got that defensive line, just talent. They probably got the best defensive coordinator in the league. I mean, after that, you can look at special teams, or you can look at certain players who make plays, and maybe you might take a gamble on someone with the Giants who got 3 first-round picks on the defensive line. Like, if you get a sack, it's minus 2 points. Like, it's 2 points, right?
Yeah, we don't play IDP, but some people do.
Some people do play IDP. I don't. Yep. We don't play IDP. I don't pay too much attention to it, but
maybe one day.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, I don't. But I look at who can rush the quarterback. I mean, who can rush the quarterback? Dallas. Who can rush the quarterback? Denver. I look at that. And when you get the quarterback and you got a big lead, when you can get a big lead, like some of these teams too, like Ravens, you could see Ravens jumping up on teams, and then they get pass happy, and a lot of turnovers happen.
Yep.
And that's just how
Steelers rush the quarterback.
Yep. That's it.
But
TJ Watt, I mean, he can rush the quarterback when healthy.
But with Minka being gone now, I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah. And then I guess you can look at returners, and you can look at deep and special teams, and that's something else Dallas has. Dallas can take it from the house. Any kickoff, any punt return. Yeah. So
if you don't get one of those, to me, if you don't get one of those top 5 or 6 defenses, just wait.
I throw a dart.
Just wait.
Yeah, sometimes I do, like you. Sometimes I don't take a defense. Like I'll look at my roster and I'll look at my strategy, and I'll be like,
I'll go through and I'll see what their schedule looks like. I'll be like, oh man, they got 6 easy games at the beginning of the season. I'm gonna go ahead and take that. I'm gonna take the Jets because they got whatever.
Yeah, you know? I mean, there's many a time where I've dropped a defense and picked them up because they're playing against the Browns, because they're playing against last year against the Saints. Oh, who's playing against the Saints? I'll pick them up. Yeah,
that or you got a game where they got an open field and it's raining. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, when I go with defense, I make sure I pretty much have filled my whole roster up, and then I look at the running backs I get to pick from, the wide receivers I picked up. I've done picked a backup quarterback, and I'm like, I don't like any of these people. All right, who's on defense?
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, I'll go second gen stats and compare 2 possession groups or something.
Yeah, because I mean, it just Denver is amazing. They were amazing last year. I don't see them changing anything. Baltimore Ravens have been so good for so long. The one team I think may sneak in here going into next year is the Kansas City Chiefs. Their defense has gotten a lot better.
Yeah, they'd be number 7 for me
in a couple of years. And then there's one player that I'm excited to watch this year is Jared Verse.
Oh yeah, that dude is amazing.
I mean, he came into his own late last year, and I mean, he was an animal.
He was he was a monster.
If I get the Rams defense in the
late round,
15th round, 16th round, I am happy.
Yeah, it's great.
But Burst was killing it last year.
It was.
So, and I don't think he gets any worse. I think he gets way better.
And as far as kickers go, if you guys are going to talk about kickers, I'm going to leave the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So a kicker is a player.
Yeah.
Is when a field goal is attempted.
Yeah. And you can pick whoever because it does not matter.
Just give me Aubrey. I don't care. Give me Aubrey.
Oh, yeah.
Give me Aubrey and I'm done.
Oh, man. Yeah. With that one, that's consistency.
Yeah.
Who was the Ravens kicker that they just got rid of?
Tucker.
Yeah, give me him.
Yeah, they got rid of Tucker and then let me get him.
Yeah, someone will draft him.
Yeah, somebody.
I guarantee you someone will.
Yeah.
So
that's it, man.
All right. Well, until next time, guys, I'm Nic Tate.
Joe Caldero.
Chattelag.
And we're out.
Smashmouth footballers.
This ain't no regular thing.
Artlist.io.
I shoot my shot and it's clean. This from my city, yeah, this from my team. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, champion. The game is in trouble. I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle. I got it for real. Still keep me going. I wake
Music
up
licensing reimagined.
in the field, man of the town. You been in your fields. I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty. Either that or your tragedy.